Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Obsessive Compulsive Gaming. I am the Obsessive Compulsive Gamer,
And I am Professor Charles Walman.
No, Professor.
But that's my name.
No, I know that. You don't introduce yourself. I introduce you after I've introduced myself.
Yeah, Professor, get with the program.
Thank you, Bertram.
Oh, apologies. I've never done this kind of thing before.
What are you doing again?
Well, currently I am scratching my hand. I have this awful itch. Can't remember rightly when it started, but...
Bertram, roll the gameplay. This might go on for some time.
But what gameplay? Do I pick the old games? Do I pick the new games?
Just do a mix of them all, Bertram. Anyway, Professor, I think Bertram meant what is your purpose here, Professor, in this video on my channel.
Well, I've known you for a long time, Ruben.
OCG?
Apologies, OCG. I've known you for a long time, and I know you've had this channel thingamajig for a while.
Almost 5 years, Professor.
Oh, bugger me.
Well, not right now.
No, I meant I hadn't realized you had been doing this for that long.
Too bloody long if you ask me.
Well, he didn't ask you. Don't you have a toilet to clean, Bertram?
No, I don't think so.
My mistake. So, Professor, you were saying?
Bugger me.
No, you already said that.
Yes, so I did. Well, I know you had this gaming channel thing, and I know you have something of an addiction when it comes to video games.
Not just video games, Professor. He's obsessed with coffee, gummy sweets, and those erotic movies featuring people dressed up as...
Shut up, Bertram.
Well, being something of a scientist, I thought it could be quite interesting to study you in your natural habitat, gaming, making your funny little videos.
Well, thank you for the compliment, Professor, but my videos are not funny. They're hilarious.
My mistake.
Don't worry, dear viewers. We're going to talk about Ninja Gaiden eventually. I just have to get the Professor settled in. I've got a feeling he's going to be here for quite some time. You remember to lock and bar the doors, Bertram?
Oh, indeed.
And you, double check that no one is going to come looking for the Professor should he go missing or meet with a grisly end.
I'm sorry. What?
He is unmarried and all of his family and friends perished in an unfortunate baking accident.
Yes, who knew cupcakes could be so deadly?
And, you put a bed for the Professor in the sex dungeon? I mean, spare room?
Well, I had to move the love seat, but yes, the bed is set up.
Splendid! So in a nutsack, dear viewers, the Professor is my prisoner for eternity, and will occasionally join me in these hilarious videos of mine, ask me questions, give me massages on request, you know, that kind of thing.
I'm sorry, did you say something about a sex dungeon?
I don't think so, Professor. Anyway, we've kept my viewers waiting for long enough, so let's dive into the wonderful world of Ninja Gaiden. There's supposed to be an elaborate cutaway here to a funny video, Professor, but Bertram hasn't finished editing it yet.
Oh, I see. So, what can you tell us about the Ninja Gaiden games, OCG?
Ninja Gaiden. Ninja Gaiden. Ninja Gaiden is something else entirely. I'll show you later. Well, what better place to start than the beginning, I always say.
Oh yes, rather. I made the mistake once of accidentally opening a book at the last chapter, and let me tell you...
That's nice, Professor. So, Ninja Gaiden started out as a side-scrolling beat-em-up game in 1988. It was one of those arcade games. You remember gaming arcades, don't you, Professor?
Oh yes, very much. Funny story, but my nephew lost his virginity in an arcade.
Yes, and?
Oh, that's it. That's my story.
Oh, it's just when you said it was a funny story, I imagined you were going to say, funny story? My nephew lost his virginity in an arcade. It was in one of those closets where they stored cleaning supplies. Anyway, the light in the closet wasn't working, so while my nephew thought he was popping his cherry with that girl who always gave him the eye when he would come into the arcade, but, and you're going to laugh when I tell you this, what he didn't know was that I had wandered into that very same closet, believing it to be the toilet. So turns out, turns out that my nephew did indeed lose his virginity that day, but it was with me.
Forgive me, OCG, but I don't get it.
Well, oh, never mind. Anyway, Ninja Gaiden started out as one of those arcade game things, similar to something like Bad Dudes.
Oh, I remember that game.
No one cares, Bertram. Clean the toilet.
Oh, what's the point? You just mess it up again later. You need to stop eating cheese so late at night.
But I love cheese. Oh, you know what? Never mind. Where was I? Oh yes. Also in 1988 would see the release of what would be known as the first proper Ninja Gaiden game. Ninja Gaiden for the Nintendo Entertainment System, also known as the NES, also known as the thing I now use as a doorstop.
And what kind of game was this Ninja Gaiden for the doorstop system?
It was one of those annoying platformer game things, complete with a limited amount of lives, knockback, and frustration.
Yes, I can testify to that. When OCG was getting footage for this very video, he got so angry he ripped his right ear off.
Oh, good lord.
It's okay, Professor. I was able to have it reattached. See? You can barely notice the scar.
It's back to front.
What?
Your ear. They stitched it on back to front.
You're shitting on me.
Was that a request?
No. He only asks for that on the third Friday in May.
Bastards! I'm going down to that clinic and I'm going to do something very illegal. I haven't decided what yet, but by the end of this video, I will have decided. Anyway, apologies, dear viewers. Back to Ninja Gaiden. Yes, there was another 2 of those annoying platformer games on the NES, and they were both as insufferable as the first.
Lucky you didn't rip your left ear off, then you would have 2 ears back to front.
Shut up, Bertram.
Yes, I should have asked earlier, Ruben. I mean, OCG, but can I go to the toilet?
Thank you for asking. No. Next question.
Okay. Who made the original Ninja Gaiden games?
That would be Tecmo. They made that classic 1989 game, All Girl Wrestling Ultimate Angels. Never heard of it? Shame. Sounds very, very arousing.
Says the chap who likes to watch erotic movies featuring people dressed up as...
Shut up, Bertram. Anyway, you might recognize Tecmo by the name they go by nowadays. Koei Tecmo. So, they're the bastards responsible for my back-to-front ripped-off right ear.
Actually, I think that's your fault.
If the professor wasn't here, Bertram, I would hit you with a baking tray.
Oh, bad memories. Oh, my poor family. Oh, the cupcakes. Oh, damn the cupcakes.
Apologies, Professor. Yeah, have a sip of some water. It'll make you feel better.
Thank you.
This'll cheer you up, Professor. We're now going to talk about some not so bad Ninja Gaiden games. So, yes, first we have the originally titled Ninja Gaiden for the Sega Master System. That one's actually not bad. Not great, but not bad. It's certainly much, much better looking than its NES predecessors.
That reminds me. Why do you use your NES as a doorstop?
Would you like my honest answer or my very honest answer?
Let's go with the honest answer.
Because frankly, there isn't a single game on the NES that I enjoy nowadays.
And the very honest answer?
Because frankly, there isn't a single bloody game on the bloody NES that I bloody enjoy bloody nowadays. Even the Disney games, and everyone knows how much I love Disney. I still have masturbatory fantasies about The Little Mermaid, Snow White, Sleeping Beauty, and yes, even The Lion King. But the Disney games I enjoyed on the NES, namely DuckTales 1 and 2, Darkwing Duck, Chip and Dale, etc., well, you can play them now on the PS4, so why would I need my NES? To be honest, I'm also keeping it as a murder weapon, just in case the opportunity presents itself. You're absolutely sure that the professor has no living relatives, Bertram?
Not even a squinty-eyed second cousin.
Ha ha, splendid.
Oh, you slay me, OCG.
Not yet. I'm thinking about it, though.
So, Ninja Gaiden plus Nintendo equals no good?
Well, there was a decent game on the Nintendo DS, Ninja Gaiden Dragon Sword. Get it? Dragon Sword DS. Never mind. But you had to play that game with a stylus. No. There's no place for a bloody stylus in my beloved action games. No. Xbox was where Ninja Gaiden got really, really good.
Oh, go on.
Well, in 2004 we got Ninja Gaiden. Not to be confused with the 1988 arcade game, or the 1988 NES game, or the 1990 Atari Lynx game, or the 1991 Game Gear version, or the 1992 Master System game. This Ninja Gaiden, which, funnily enough, is actually a prequel to the NES games, this game is a hack-and-slash action-adventure thing. And those of you who know me know that I love a hack-and-slash action-adventure thing.
Yes, I have heard it's a rather hard game.
Oh, harder than a gorilla at a King Kong cosplay competition. But thankfully, versions like Ninja Gaiden Sigma, which released for the PS3, the PS Vita, and more recently the PS4, all have difficulty options.
I'm back!
The toilet better be clean!
I'll be right back!
So, what is the story for these games? More specifically, this Xbox One onwards.
Well, the 2004 one, Ninja Gaiden, also known as Ninja Gaiden Black, also known as Ninja Gaiden Sigma, also known as Ninja Gaiden Sigma Plus, sees us playing as the series' protagonist Ryo Hayabusa, as he sets out on a quest to retrieve a stolen sword and avenge the slaughter of his clan, or some such nonsense.
Oh, sounds violent.
Sounds violent, is violent, armed with your trusty sword or whatever deadly weapon you can get your hands on, for example a NES console, you'll do battle with evildoers, reducing them to bloody messes. But it's not all fighting, Professor. No. There's also platforming, running on walls, and you get to play as other characters. Voluptuous women with bouncy breasts.
You don't say.
I do say. These action-adventure Ninja Gaiden games are in the same universe as Dead or Alive, a beat-em-up series that has more bouncing breasts than 1,287 glamour models jogging on the world's longest treadmill.
Oh, I will take your word for it.
I've never liked the Dead or Alive series personally. You'd think I would, given what I've just told you.
Maybe it is breast envy.
You might be onto something there, Professor. Yes, I've always been ashamed of my cup size. Oh well, Ninja Gaiden 2004 would be followed up by the fan favorite Ninja Gaiden 2 in 2008, and that would also have more ports than a sex robot. There would be vanilla Ninja Gaiden 2, Ninja Gaiden 2 Sigma, Ninja Gaiden 2 Sigma Plus, and most recently, Ninja Gaiden 2 Black. The story in that one is something about a group of evil dickheads wanting to resurrect a big monster dickhead or some such nonsense. It's not so fun though. In the Sigma version, you fight the actual Statue of Liberty.
Oh, you don't say.
I do say. And while it's the fan favorite game, it's not mine. No, my favorite would come out a few short years later and go by the name of Ninja Hymen, Your Ass or My Ass.
Come again?
I jest. Ninja Gaiden 3, later known as Ninja Gaiden 3 Razor's Edge. Splendid Ninja Gaiden game.
How so?
Well, you have to watch my review to find out, Professor, but let me give you the tip. A taste. Some brief thoughts on why I love Ninja Gaiden 3 so much. Let me just get my checklist. Where the hell is it? Bertram, did you move my... Actually, never mind. Found it. So, Ninja Gaiden 3. Splendid gameplay? Check. Splendid story? Check. Fight for the dinosaur robot? Check. Great character arc for Ryu? Check. Villain in a mask, which I've always found to be a turn-on? Check and check. So yes, my favorite Ninja Gaiden. Not a popular choice, I admit. Didn't get the best reviews when it came out in 2012, but you know me, Professor. When have I ever let reviews sway my opinion?
Oh yes, absolutely. When Schindler's List was declared as one of the most touching, emotional, inspirational pieces of filmmaking in the history of mankind, you called it
the most arousing true story since The Elephant Man. Yes, I remember. I stand by that. Just like I stand by my opinion that Ninja Gaiden 3 is the best Ninja Gaiden game. And wouldn't you know it, this year, as in the year we are in now, as in 2025, as in not 2024, because that was last year, but this year, we are finally getting Ninja Gaiden 4. And better yet, it was made by Platinum Games, one of the best game developers working today. I'd rank them alongside Naughty Dog. That's how bloody amazing they are.
Platinum Games. Remind me what they have made.
Bayonetta. Bayonetta 2, Bayonetta 3, Bayonetta prequel thing, not the official name, Metal Gear Rising Revengeance, Babylon's Fall, that didn't last long, just like me, Scalebound, I call that a stillborn game, because it never came to, it was never bought, you get it, Nier Automata, loads. And of course, Naughty Dog made Crash Bandicoot, Jak and Daxter, The Last of Us.
Oh, ha 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 ha
What are you laughing at?
The joke you made.
Well, can you be a little more specific? I make a lot of terrible jokes in these videos. It's kind of my thing.
Alongside watching erotic movies featuring people dressed up as...
Welcome back, Bertram. You're just in time for me to talk briefly about your favorite Ninja Gaiden game.
The one with the woman with the massive breasts?
Can you be a little more specific? A lot of the Ninja Gaiden games have women with massive breasts. It's kind of their thing. But since the only game I haven't mentioned yet is Yaiba Ninja Gaiden Z, then it must be that one. And that means the woman you were referring to was Miss Monday. She is a looker, I admit. The red hair, the pigtails, the glasses, the breasts.
Oh, I would very much like to make her acquaintance.
Well, you can't, Professor. Like all the women around here, apart from the inflatable ones, she is a video game character, and thus doesn't exist.
Oh, damn.
Damn indeed. Well, Ninja Gaiden Z released in 2014 and is sort of, a spin-off to the main series. We play as a part cyborg, part ninja by the name of Yaiba? I'm going to say Yaiba. Anyway, he's out on a quest for revenge against Ryo Hayabusa and the zombies. I always say, when in doubt, throw some zombies in there. That's what Schindler's List needed. Zombies.
I don't think that would have been appropriate.
Why not? The Nazis were up to all sorts. If zombies are good enough for Wolfenstein, then they're good enough for Schindler's List. Bertram, get on the phone with Steven Spielberg. Tell him I want an extended cut of Schindler's List with bloody zombies in it.
I don't think he'll take my call. Not after the last time when you told him the Temple of Doom would have been less boring if Indiana Jones spent the whole movie in the nudes.
Oh, fine. I'll call him. Our little journey through the world of Ninja Gaiden is over anyway. Thank you for joining us, Professor Walman.
It was my pleasure. Can I go home now?
Thank you for asking, Professor. No, you cannot. Bertram, make sure the doors are locked. Prepare the love seat. Meanwhile, dear viewers, I hope you enjoyed this little trip through the history of Ninja Gaiden. If you have, then don't forget to give me a thumbs up. If you haven't enjoyed it, well then feel free to give me a thumbs down. But please remember the single most important thing I always tell you, dear viewer, and that is to always stay obsessed with gaming. Say goodbye, Bertram.
Goodbye, Bertram.
Say goodbye, Professor Walman. Yeah. Are you still here? Oh, you must have really enjoyed this video then. In that case, you had better subscribe to the channel and check out our other content. Otherwise, you're a booby pants, and no one wants to be a booby pants.